Can you see me in here? It's a little dark in the house tonight. My videos don't upload. You might see this in 6 or 7 days. And then again, it might be uploaded by tomorrow, but for now, things are moving. I'm working on that picture in the back, but it looks quite well on the way it is right now. It's in black and white, just coloring it in. But you can see the wall coming out. See the wall in the background? Candles coming out of the wall. Check every second and third one. Watch your candles come out. It's like magic. Same thing goes on in the world. Just a few lights. That's all you need. What I'd like to talk about right now, getting away from the camera, is, can you see me? No, no better. What I'd like to talk about, we'll just talk about voices. That's good enough, right? Is what you can do with and the reason you have your pen on the corner of a square, on square paper, anywhere in the center, you have a pen and you touch one dot. Now you can go to every dot around you just one time, and then you can go to that dot. You only can be an arm's length away. Anyways, when you design, I'm hoping I can show you this. This is what they call a 2x1 design. It's 5 and 5 and 5 and 5, and it's 50 degrees, and it's 50 degrees below. 50-50 is 100. Then they go down and they create another 50-50, 100, and they put it on top of each other. These zones, okay, are what you have to do to overlap for what the zone before overlapped to clip the link. That should something happen, we just unclip a link. Okay, and everything drops 3. All these games we play when things drop off by 3s, well, the reason for that is because they come in packets of 3s. They're a piece and a part of something else. Every corner. And the reason for that is that we're going to design certain letters. For instance, the letter B. The letter B is designed right over here. It looks like 03. Frola. Frola. 301. Can you see this? 38. 3 and 3 come together on this side with 1 over here. It would be 313. 8. Now, what I'm getting to, okay, I came off of this. What I was doing here was dividing up the north-south with the east-west. Okay, not knowing whether we're measuring a circle or a sphere. But for now, I'll just do squares, and I'll make squares until I come outside the circle so that all my north, south, east, and west to my extremities are meeting at the extremity of the circle. So I'll put all squares around it, and I'll put my lifeline inside the squares, understanding where life is inside the circle. But to square it off. So we had this thing here, and it's obviously it's 2.5 degrees and 2.5 degrees and 2.5 degrees. And after you get that, that would be 20 by 2.5 degrees with, say, 1 1/4 left to 1 1/4 right. The reason we cannot break it down another time is because once we increase the number of digits, we increase the differentiation of the house, and we're no longer in the same house. So 1.25 is 5 times 5, and then the next house it's 5 times 5 times 5, in which you connect 5 between 1 and 9, 5 between 2 and 8, 5 between 4 and 6, but between 2 and 8 and 4 and 6 is one world. Between 1 and 9 and 5 and 1 and 3 and 5 is another world. And then there's the 7th gate. But we ran into 2 7 gates, a digital world. The world that we are in right now, I'm presuming. But if we're not, I can tell you right now that it's just a barrel of lights. I have no idea what's going on. Things just come around and go around. This, what I'm showing right here, okay, I was designing the word Ebola. Inside the word Ebola, all in itself, only in the word itself, it says 36. Only in the word itself, it says church. in the design. I take the letters, I make all the letters 2 by 2. And if I cannot squeeze like the letter B in a 2 by 2, all I do is take my design in the B and I go 2 over to the right, okay, of B. I go down, I go in and out on 45 degrees twice on the B. In order to do this, you have to go in and out twice on the B, and it creates 3 inside of itself. 3 and 1, the AC energy inside the letter. It says Frola. It also says, I'm having a little difficulty with the beginning, but it clearly says 301. It clearly shows 301. But forget about 1. It's the L letter. L is valued at what? 50? So 301 is just 30 and 50 is 80. We come to the same marking as when Christ was here. The new strand is coming out, the new reed. And if I can show you the picture, there's even a lamed that connects the E and B together going one way. Take E and B and under it, put A and L upside down. We must go upside down. And again, when we put the B slanted in one world, okay, wow, I wish I had, give me a little light to something. Somebody give me a little light. Seems like everything's coming off the page. I can't even show my own book in my house. Am I coming up on the screen or no? Or you just can't? I mean, I got lights all over. I just can't. I mean, Moses had more lights than me coming out of this desert. What's going on here? Okay, we're going to try. There we go. See that? See this picture over here? Okay, this is a 1. Okay, and you start the square. You go all around the square in your own corner, and you stretch out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the fingers on your hands, and you come home. Then you go up. 1, 2, 3. How many did I go up? 3. You stretch out 5 and you go up 3. Why? Because your middle finger is the third one. When you connect the last 2 together, the average is 3 and 3. When you put in these 2 to 2 and 4, they're all 6s. So you go up and then you stretch yourself home and you come home. The eyes of the cat. These only link when the angles come in. 5, 10, 15, 20. Here's an angle. 5, 10, 15, 20. Here's another angle. 5, 10, 15, 20. And eventually we separate from the center and they create H and H until finally the legs separate so much that the letter becomes something else again. This is a crossing over here. It links. See this dot here? It links to the 2 heads. You see it's an X. And then there's these shapes inside. They become the mouse inside the 2. One is barred and one is not. I don't know what the difference is. But you can start to see this up here. 0, 0, 0. I have to write Ebola like upside, this way, that way. But right now, look what we get. 3050. And the A at the end, I'm not sure, but in the word Ebola, the E is the 5th letter. The only way to get the 5th letter is with 1 and 2. Here's your 2, and 1 goes through it. That's the first one. And then you take the same 1 and you put 2 upside down. So now you're in this world up here, and you're in the world down here, but your passage is through a human. Anyways, E is 2 and 1, okay? So forget about it. Just take 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is alpha beta. Alpha beta creates the L, which is 50. It also says wing. But if you're getting half a wing, you're only getting a quarter, and you're not even getting all that because they butt off the ends. So you have 2 parts to the wing. The part they snip off, that's 3 parts to the wing. 5, 5, 5 for the same wing that flaps on one side. In Ebola, AB, 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 L is from A and B. So you're looking at AB, AB, O. The O is because when you have AB, AB, you create the E. When you create the AB, AB to create the O, the A and E creates the O. Here's your A and E, first to last. There's your O. 2, 3, 4, inside the jail. Ebola. What does it mean, 234 inside the jail? What are we looking for? Okay, the word Ebola is just a word, only a word. But I'm playing the word to the sequence and the design of the letter. Frola, it also sounds like a cheese. It's almost like there's an element in our body that we've been ingesting for the last whatever amount of time, and the indigestion of this element is actually connecting. When they say, hey, you're part of the moon, you're part of the moon, and you're part of the moon, right? I think God would have made you a little bit different than that, but when they say you're part of the moon, it's because they have put something inside of us that we feel what's in the moon, because they're interjecting something inside the moon that comes back inside of us. So this virus of Ebola is actually ABAB, okay. LA is the 12, AB is 1 and 2, L is the 12, E is the 5 from 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, the whole word sits in the same bank. It's all in the same hand. But it's two hands. It's the 5 card. So what do we do with this? I continue on to the design. I see 8, 8, and 8. I say 53. I have to continue on to this. And in fact, I just can't write Ebola anymore. I have to keep going EBOL, EBOL, and then turn the word around and face A facing A now. You got to get it both ways. 1 between 2, between 1, between 2, between 1, between 2, upside down to each other and backwards and forwards. And computerized, it should be pretty easy. So we understood what this was, right? This is squadrons understanding the difference between the lower regime and the higher regime. And I made it thicker here because we have to go east and west. Okay? What comes in, okay, this is just a core, don't forget. It's a shower. This whole planet, it's a shower in this planet. For me, it's the Tin Man. Without the Tin Man, well, first you need a straw man. Okay? The Tin Man comes in to the straw man and he gives him life. If I only had a brain. But the Tin Man came in and gave him that brain. But then we didn't use that brain from the Tin Man. He was all rusty. So we needed to speak to Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Why did we need to speak to Dorothy with the Tin Man? Because everybody wanted the same thing. They wanted something that was going to make them fulfill who they are. And then for the circle of life, well, we have the lion on the side. Don't forget, they walked the yellow brick road. H-I, H-I, ro-do-do-do-do-do-do. Don't forget all the roads they walked and all the programs. The wood road, the yellow brick road. So I showed you this little thing and how the B is. I'm going to show you the B again. You see the B over here? This is the way I make the B. Do you see what the B is? This is the B. In order to draw it in its own shape, that's what it looks like. It's first the P, then it's the R, and it is the B. 9, 2, 7. Just move one stick. 2 sticks here. This is a corner 7. Add a 7 over to the 4. All you got is a B. 2, 7, and 4, 11. In the same situation, where is it over here? Yes, I have the same situation over here, and I wish I can show you this design. It's right over here. What I did is, after I finished putting the letters next to each other, I'm coming out of a forest. After I finish putting the letters next to each other, it leaves empty spaces. So I draw diamonds without going over a line or breaking anything. Just keep going with diamonds, and they show alter shapes in between everything because you put a perfect shape. Okay, 45, 45, 45, 45. It shows you the alter shape. Okay. Let me go back one more page here. And this is, I don't know if I can get this in there. This is the K. These are all Ks, okay, on the outside. I'm just going to have to quit this. And what I'm trying to design is this design here. When you outline it, it automatically makes fox ears. Every time you automatically outline it, it's a fox ear. Fox, 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 fox 45, fox 45, fox 45. It's always fox ears, okay? They're listening to you. And you have to understand, when is the first time I can get this square? Here's the square of my 1 by 2. how it looks like on one side. This is when you square off from the right and the left, you find the center, because there is no center. It's all mixed up together. It's a force against each other. You separate the force. This is the center. We move it 11. 11 equals 11 raises the roof, equals separates, giving space for the heart. 11, 11, 11, 360 degrees continuous. 1 of its own zone out by 3, owning 2. Rectangular, rectangular. 2, 1, 2. 2, 1, 2. Then the corners have to be understood, that in this design over here, we give you a right angle, we give you one corner here, then we slice off, we give you your 2 corners on your half of the board, but we keep the center of the board. We keep 2 whole corners here, and we keep a split half corner here. We both share this corner over here. Good and evil share this corner. Go to jail, go. Go to jail, go. Go to jail, go. Free parking, visiting jail. 2.5. 2.5 times 1. All the numbers we have to remember. Anyways, Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Everybody's wish is going to come true. Everybody's wish is going to come true. Whatever your wish is, to your heart's content, blessed be thee. Thank you.